And we are back on this Wednesday morning. Let's quickly go over that forecast. Yesterday, I said keep an umbrella close all day. Chances are you were going to need it, and I'm sure most of you did not. So today, still scattered thunderstorms in the forecast, and those are widely scattered. So keep an umbrella with you just in case, but hopefully you won't need to use it this morning. This 65 degrees out there feels absolutely wonderful. Get out if you can. 84 for your high today, and of course partly cloudy skies, which would be great at a ball game. Tomorrow, a high of 82, low of 56, pretty much the same thing, but no rain or thunderstorms to talk about until possibly late in the afternoon. And then Friday looks like the biggest day for rain with your high of 60 with the cooler temperatures, which Frank says is dogwood winter.
Frank says a lot of stuff.
Frank is always right. He's my walking almanac.
Hey, I forgot to mention 10% off at Herbs and More today. Just mention anything about the program.
That's right.
First time we had a chance to mention that today, so go by there. Herbs and More, 10% off. How's those meetings going on Tuesday night?
They're going great. As a matter of fact,
You said you didn't even do the meeting last
we
night.
didn't do a meeting last night. Last night I had a lady come in. Her name was Angela, and she came in. She said, "Listen, y'all," she said, "Daughter's Delight saved my life." I was like, "Well, now I want to hear this story. Please tell me." And she says, "Well, what happened is she was on insulin, and she ended up going into a diabetic coma." To make a long story short, she was taking 10 insulin shots a day, is what she told us. And terrible eating habits, the whole 9 yards. She comes in Herbs and More and she said, "Listen, I need some help." And I'm like, yes, you know, this is bad. So she gets her a bottle of Daughter's Delight. She starts taking Daughter's Delight, she said, and over a year's period, she dropped 120 pounds.
Get out.
Okay?
That's a whole person.
Yeah, a whole person. And 120 pounds later, she went from taking 16 different medications with 10 insulin shots a day to taking none. Her doctor took her off of everything.
That's an amazing story.
Yeah, she has done awesome. So,
Yes.
you know, I kind of sat back last night. I was like, well, let me, you know, tell me the whole story. And, you know, she went into that, and then we, you know, it was one of those times when we sat back and we just kind of talked about what's working for everybody. You know,
Now, that won't work for everybody. We know that.
I'm sure she had a lot of
but they need to give it a
but
try.
whenever, you know, one of the things about Daughter's Delight is kills the appetite, and then it's up to you to stop eating the Snickers bars. I mean, you know, it is what it is. But that's what she did, and that's what, you know, changed everything for her. She was able to come off of, I forget, 16 medications.
But the product is there to help, not to just cure all.
Yeah, the product, you know, if it did it for you, then I wouldn't be here. I would have one of those little fruity drinks, be one of those.
So are you saying the basic bottom line problem is people just eat too much?
Yeah, and we eat crap. I mean, truly, like, for instance, diabetes. What happens with diabetes is the pancreas produces insulin. Insulin fits into a beta islet cell. You get too much sugar, the pancreas starts to shut down, or the beta islet cells get stopped up, and you become insulin resistant. For 85% of diabetics, they're type 2, which means changes in diet and exercise and getting the right nutrients, you can balance all that out. I've seen it hundreds of times at this point. People come completely off their insulin. Their doctor takes them off of it. Their doctor takes them off their pills. And it's some really simple changes, and that's what we teach in these classes.
But have you not seen so many people that actually take insulin and they're like, "Oh, well, I'm just going to go ahead and eat this bowl of sweets and stuff. I'll just give me some more
Yeah, right here, one of them.
I wasn't going to say anyone's name, but that's what they do. They learn how to work the insulin.
There's a difference in going, well, you know what, the candy tastes really good, and I can just take another shot. That's not how to do it. That's when you die early, okay? So what we want to do is we want to take our Daughter's Delight, take our supplements to help kill that appetite, kill those cravings, so you don't want to eat those things anymore, and then you can change. See, like right now, I'm in cutting season. It was funny last night. She said, you know, whenever you get started on one of these programs, she said, you know, it's pretty easy. This is like me in cutting season. This is how I get started whenever I'm cutting off my body fat. You take one of these, yeah, like that.
You have something to drink.
And then you go.
If you don't choke without drinking something on
Empty
it.
stomach, Seth?
I just started my weight loss program.
You don't like
It's
you need
that
one.
easy.
Yeah, it is that easy. Speaking of weight loss, University of Alabama, Birmingham, refutes notion that Southerners are most obese. 100% of Southerners are obese. 100% of Southerners are most 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 obese. 100% First of all, the person doing this has got some ugly feet. And it looks like they're short, and it looks like it's a woman, and the scale says 240 pounds. That person is fat. But it says
That
here,
looks like a woman?
we have found that the
gonna
West
say.
North Central region has 41% obesity compared to 31% obesity for the southern region that includes Alabama and Mississippi. It says what the fact is, Southern people are more honest about their weight than other people. It says here, Alabama officials were in the middle of the pack. Alabama and Mississippi are not number 1 and 2 for most obese in the nation, according to this survey done by the University of Alabama in Huntsville.
So what they're saying is Northerners are liars.
We're liars and fatter in that region. We already knew that. Huh?
Sweet tea,
Yeah.
foods.
Yeah, well...
Okay, Gloria just brought up a
the
good
simple
point.
fact of the matter is, though, is that us as a nation, we are the biggest nation on Earth.
Unbelievable.
So, you know, there ain't no way around that.
She just mentioned a word that now with it getting hot is the staple of Southern life, sweet tea.
Sweet tea.
Anything wrong with drinking sweet tea?
Not if you drink
How do you
it.
suggest people drink? Because that's
Not
a
in
big...
moderate amount.
I'm talking about every day.
Glasses
I mean,
of
I remember when growing up as a kid, we had sweet tea every day.
Yeah.
But no,
Well,
we're fat.
But you were also outside.
1 or 2
running around
glasses a
playing.
day, no big deal. Every meal, it becomes a
Yeah.
big deal. What happens
A lot of
is,
sugar in there
yeah,
if you drink
the
it this
sugar
sweet.
builds up in your system. Now, you can take some stevia and put it in there. It tastes like sugar, sweetens the thing, no problem. But
What's that stuff we're squirting?
Stevia.
Okay.
I've got
yeah,
him on it.
a little bit of sugar.
Once you get
is
used to it,
okay.
it's pretty doggone good.
See, I
Yeah.
told you.
And you
Better
know,
for you.
a little bit of sugar is perfectly fine. You know, you can get too much water. It's called drowning. Okay, so
Or waterboarding.
You know, but in moderation, and the easiest way to do moderation is you get the appetite suppressants, you get the things that help you along the way. And that's what Angela did, you know. She said, well, you know, once it killed my appetite, then I stopped eating so much. And, you know, she made these little changes. And, you know, in a year, 120 pounds.
That's a
gone.
lot, 120 pounds in a
Oh,
year.
yeah. Yeah, and what's funny is her cousin Sheila was there. Sheila's lost 129 pounds.
Oh,
So they're right there with each other. And
Dang.
yeah, they've done. They're like, you know, between us, we've lost a lot of weight.
When you bring them up,
Yeah.
when you bring them up here with you?
Really?
Huh? As soon as they'll come.
They lost the entire family.
They
Sometimes isn't bad. Get rid of the bad baggage.
well, I asked them last night to come on. They said they got to reach their goal before they'll come on here.
What is their goal?
I forget. It's their goal, not mine.
You'd think over 100 pounds would be anybody's goal.
You know, but they're doing great. I'm
Congratulations.
proud of them. There's, you know, it just lets y'all know it can be done. It's not that hard. Heck, my buddy Kurt taking ISO fire. He's cut his body fat down.
I've seen Kurt.
He dropped 7 pounds in 2 weeks.
He don't need to lose nothing either. I've seen him at the gym too.
Yeah.
As I walk
You
by.
say
Well, no. You got to have a six-pack, man. You can't be the fat guy on the boat. I don't want to be that guy. I want to look good.
I like the keg look. The keg look is the end thing.
Oh.
With that $450 bathing suit, I'm gonna be strutting around this weekend.
The keg look is the
I guess I'll be on my
out
phone.
thing.
Yeah, you probably will be.
Anyway, all right. This is actually what I was going to talk about this morning. It's the IS3. You're talking about all the pollen. I've had a lot of people coming in that have that congestion, and they're having all these sinus issues. Well, this IS3, the ingredients in there, have actually been shown to increase killer T and macrophage activity by about 700%. Now, most people are like, what is a killer and a macro? What? Okay. Your macrophages are going to be most important in this process simply because macrophages go in and they envelop things like pollen and carry them out of the system. Therefore, you don't get all this congestion and stuff. A killer cell is more what takes care of your virus, mold, bacteria, yeast, fungus, all that stuff. It kills it. But the macrophage is what's going to help you with the pollen. This stuff right here, absolutely amazing. If you're having those sinus issues, those sinus problems, this right here would be an excellent choice to not have to
I
deal with
just
it.
had a phone call from Miss Jennifer, who is going to be with us this morning. In fact, they have a Unity concert coming up.
Sneezing too bad?
But she is. I mean, I was like, you sound horrible. She's like, my allergies are out of control. So sorry I can't be there. So we'll announce this for her. But this is going to take place Friday, April 19th. So you can contact them for additional information. Always a great show, always a great time, and such a great event, too. But there you go, Jennifer. IS3.
So she gets
just for
10%
you.
off today at
10%
Herbs
off
and
today.
More.
10% off, Herbs and More. Get down there
Glad I
today.
don't
Thank you,
suffer
Seth. Stay healthy, buddy.
Yes, sir.
All right,
You gotta
we're
work
going
it.
to
It's
go back
not
to some of that
always.
video
You gotta
from
work
the
on
classic motorsports car show over the weekend. We're
Got
going to finish
your
up.
friend of thought
This Mustang here y'all are about to see is some lady up in Ardmore owns it.
Yes.
It is spectacular,
She
too.
doesn't let the men around it.
Yeah. We'll come back in just a moment. We got Eddie Gooch in here, and we got Johnny Lee Dees. We'll talk with both of them in just a moment. Y'all hang on.
We have put a 4.6-liter supercharged engine with a 6-speed in it, and it's got 4-wheel disc brakes. We built a chassis all the way through it. Got a custom interior.
Who owns this car?
Debbie D. Boyce right here.
Hi.
And they think it's odd.
No.
You ever drive it?
Do I drive it? Do I drive it? Yeah, I drive it all the time.
Oh, really? So it's an everyday car.
No, it's not an everyday
If I
car.
offered you $5,000, you wouldn't take it.
Why, you funny? you might buy the threads on the seat cover.
So how long have you had it?
I've had it about 8 years.
Now, what kind of job did Randy do with it?
Randy rebuilt the whole thing from the bottom up.
So you think he knows what he's doing?
I pretty much say he does. He knows what he's doing.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Oh, man. But that car over there is another one we done the interior in, Jamie. That little 33 Ford over there. That's Jimmy Wright's car right there.
So if I need to do something special to that Hummer, you can handle it too.
I do whatever you want done to it. Whatever you want.
Well, I've heard so many stories.
There's a drop.
What car are you driving? White Mercedes, right? Pull it out. Make me an offer. I'll take it down.
I just have sold a Prowler.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So,
Boy.